I always say selling on Alibaba.com is kind of like being at like 5 trade shows at once.
We've been able to seal a lot of deals just using the platform.
About 50 to 60%. My export business comes from Alibaba.
Going from doing one order to doing 20 or 30 orders in a 1 or 2 month period, the platform speaks for itself. That's just weight in gold.
I mean, when you do a good job with Alibaba.com, buyers from everywhere around the world, they will know about you. And I can now develop and export my product in over 45 countries.
Once I started with Alibaba, I was able to reach people all across the world, like Tanzania and Kenya and Africa and the UK and Germany.
I'm selling product in UAE, Saudi Arabia, Great Britain, and a host of others. I wouldn't have reached those customers without Alibaba.com.
Selling on Alibaba.com has gotten easier than ever. Introducing our new flexible payment plan options. When you sign up for an Alibaba.com seller membership, choose between paying annually or quarterly. Regardless of which plan you choose, get the same seller service and all-encompassing suite of features that make us the world's leading online B2B marketplace. With 0% commission taken on sales, keep the customer relationships you make and profits you win. Conduct business the way you want to. Build the business you've always wanted, now with more flexibility than ever. Let's make it easy to do business anywhere.
Sell on Alibaba.com.
They made the onboarding process very, very easy. Once I paid my fees, after that, I don't need to worry about anything. If you have a product and you want to sell in international market, I would say you should not wait. You should just reach out to Alibaba.
We've been able to seal a lot of deals just using the platform. The best thing that Alibaba does really is the support that you get, because it's a whole new world once you get on the platform. Eric Cross and his team, they really helped me and my team navigate the website, you know, what to do, what not to do, the best practices. So that really, to me, is like one of the greatest assets to being on the platform.
I think US-based sellers have a huge opportunity, specifically because there aren't that many of them. And we had a dedicated customer service success manager who was incredibly knowledgeable about the platform. And he honestly almost became a teammate. And I have no doubt that anyone else who is going through that process is going to have a similar experience.
Alibaba.com team is absolutely amazing. They were always there, making sure that I understand the platform. They were smart, very reactive whenever I had a question, and they were so patient. And as I continue to grow the business, they continue to connect me with experts to help me with specific business questions.
Why we got such a fast sale, I would attribute it to Alibaba's onboarding team. They've done a really great job building our store for us, and that's one of the reasons why we're so successful, is they know what they're doing, so we trust them to do their job.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Our webinar is How to Create Lasting Distribution and Revenue Channels with Alibaba.com. Thank you so much for coming. Before we begin, I would like to get to know you guys a little bit more so we have an idea of how best to tailor this talk with you. Also, later on, I'll introduce my colleague, Jim, who's a really cool person and knows a lot about this channel. So first, with the poll, it should be in here. There we go. So I'm going to launch a quick poll. There's only 3 questions. Do not be nervous. So first, let's learn about you. What are you looking to do on Alibaba.com? Are you looking to sell products, source products, both sell and source, or neither? Like I said, the more we know about you, the more we can actually be able to tailor the talk towards you. And also, if you have any questions during the whole course of this webinar, there's a Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, and please enter any and all questions there. We will answer them at the end of this session in a Q&A session. But at any time, put the questions in. I would totally forget. So here you go. Thank you so much for answering. So it looks like most of you guys are here to both sell and source. If this is the case, this is very helpful because our platform is super flexible and there's like many different ways you can approach it. So this is very cool. Okay, so next question. Tell us about your business. What kind of business are you? Are you a manufacturer, a wholesaler, distributor, a retailer, or another kind of business? Please let us know. The wonderful thing about our platform is that there are so many different ways you can use it. So, but depending on what your business is, it might kind of determine what parts you want to prioritize. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys another 5 seconds. All right. Great, thank you so much. So it looks like most of you guys are wholesalers or distributors, and that's really exciting because there are a ton of wholesalers and distributors on our site, and we'll go into how like finding these distribution channels can help you. And finally, last thing is, what would you like from us? What are you looking forward to learning about in this session? One, how to use Alibaba.com to make long-lasting business relationships. Reasons why you should sell B2B instead of just B2C, how to use Alibaba.com to expand your business, or reasons to establish new distribution channels. Again, this helps us figure out like what parts you're more interested in learning about. So I'm going to give you guys another 5 seconds again. Thank you so much for participating. Okay, so let's see. It looks like most of you, the answers are kind of split between how to use Alibaba.com to make long-lasting business relationships and how to use Alibaba.com to expand your business. So it looks like a lot of you guys are very interested in our specific platform, which is really cool. But this helps us figure out what to talk about more. So here we go. So thank you so much for participating. Again, if you have any questions, please use the Q&A box at the bottom. And now that we know about you, here's a brief introduction to us so that we have a little bit of context before we go into the talk today. So here you go.
Unleash infinite business opportunities with Alibaba.com, the world's largest online B2B marketplace. With over 40 million active buyers, 300,000 daily inquiries, important business deals are being made around the world all the time using our platform. Best of all, we take 0% commission on your sales. By signing up as an Alibaba.com supplier, you keep the money you earn, every single cent. Now is the perfect time to sign up. Professional onboarding services can get you started faster and with less stress than ever. Take advantage of classic Alibaba.com features, such as attracting buyers from over 200 countries and regions to your online store, where they can reach out with inquiries about your products. There's also no need to worry about language barriers. We translate your store and messages into 15 languages so you can communicate with the world with ease. Proactively net orders by browsing and responding to sourcing requests on the Request for Quotation or RFQ market. Any relationships you gain from reaching out to sourcers on the RFQ market are yours. Finally, attain exclusive data-driven insights and 24/7 customer support from our team right here in the USA. We'll help guide you to success using proprietary insight gained from our over 20 years in online B2B sales. Because of these features, Alibaba.com has become the wholesale B2B platform trusted by US suppliers. Grow with us no matter your business type. Now, it's easier than ever to start selling with our new flexible payment options. Let's make it easy to do business anywhere. Sell on Alibaba.com.
Great. Hope you enjoyed that. So now I'm going to go over the agenda for today very quickly. So first, we're going to give you a brief introduction to Alibaba.com. Then we're going to talk about how to create lasting distribution revenue channels. And then we're going to show you why this is important through like what our reach is through the power of Alibaba.com. And then finally, we'll show you how you can start selling and how you can get started on the platform. And now without further ado, I'm going to introduce my colleague, Jim. Hi, Jim. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. So my name is Jim, and I work for Alibaba.com New York office, and I'm the senior strategic partnership. So basically, I recruit a lot of good business, who want to be a supplier and who want to tap into the global market as a supplier. So I'm going to share my screen very quick for today's sharing. Okay, just hold on a second. I'm going to share. I'm sorry. Let me do it again. Okay. just bear with me. So, the first things like, everyone want to know about Alibaba.com and what is Alibaba.com. So we are the leading B2B e-commerce platform. I'm sorry, this is a little bit. So we have the two platforms. One is from your laptop, and we have our app as well. But it really depends on which region and the country you're from. A lot of buyers, especially in Asia, they love to use their app to order, place their order, etc. But in the Western world, the professional buyer, we like to sit in front of laptop, send our inquiries, etc. So that's why we have two different platforms. And as many of you guys probably already know, Alibaba.com, we have been running for more than 20 years. Actually, it's 24 years now. So we have 14 million active buyers, and then we have over 200,000 suppliers globally. And if you can see, we have 6,000 categories. So, if you want to sell anything, all the category most you can think of, on Alibaba.com, you can find the products you like. And if you can see your left-hand side, so this is our 10 top buying country and regions. So the first one is United States, and the UK, Canada, Australia, Mexico, etc. So the things like United States is our most biggest buyer market now. So if you only want to focus on a domestic market, which is fine too, because we have a lot of clients, they just want to focus on the domestic market. It really depends on what your business goal and your strategy. So this is what Alibaba we can provide to you. So the first thing, if you join Alibaba.com as a supplier, we can help you to set up your storefront. If you think about that, just your Shopify on Alibaba.com. So that is really important because that is your face of your business. So the buyer got to look your storefront, to look all your products, etc. And you can list your products unlimited. So if you got 1,000 SKUs, 2,000 SKUs, you can unlimited to upload all the products you like. And we have our trade assurance. If you can see here, it's called payment and order protection. So it's kind of like a escort service. So we're going to provide you that. And the most feature I like is called a request for quotation. So I'm going to expand, I'm going to explain to you later on, because this is you can find the real buyers on Alibaba.com, and this is what make Alibaba.com so powerful. So, and how you create lasting distribution and a revenue channel with Alibaba.com. I think this is the most important thing, for most of the supplier. They want to know how you, expand your B2B sales channels. So this is one of our clients. It's called Skinny, and they are the manufacturers for the non-gluten pasta, and they're based in the United States. So the things like every company, they have a different business goals. For their goals, they want to find the top tier distributors or wholesalers. They only want to, let's say, the minimum of quantity, they want 1 container. They want those big distributors, but at the same time, they want to fill those small gaps, because for the domestic market, we have a lot of, on Alibaba.com, we call L0 to L1. Just think about that, small buyers, the boutique shop owners, they probably just order a few boxes from you every week. They want to fill those gaps as well, because a lot of buyers, they are on Alibaba.com. You cannot find whatever in the trade show, or it's really hard to find them. So that what make Alibaba.com so powerful. They want to fill all the business channels and the business possibilities. So let's just see what is, what that say good about Alibaba.com. Just a few minutes.
Creating a business is like hitting a base hit. Creating a brand is like hitting a grand slam. I'm a big advocate of creating a business first and then creating a brand around what your business looks like and then scaling that brand. The mission of It's Skinny is to bring as much low glycemic pasta to everyone who needs it as possible. There are so many people who have a dietary restriction or want to eat better but don't know how to get started. We make it easy. Our product is ready in 2 minutes and it's low glycemic. You don't have to make a radical lifestyle shift to eat better. You just have to put one foot in front of the other. We knew we had a product, but we had to make it a business. You know, we had a decision of, do we want to just be an e-commerce business, or do we really want to focus on retail? We wanted to be as available as all of the big players in pasta, and that means having a retail presence.
Yo, what's the Skinny? It's gluten-free. No way.
We've done a really good job at building our brand over the last 3 years, getting into retail stores, but within that, there are some gaps. And that's why we're really excited about Alibaba.com, because Alibaba.com is going to help us fill those gaps. On the digital side, I would love to see Alibaba.com start to replace a lot more of the business that we're doing from other platforms, quite simply because Alibaba.com doesn't have their hands in our pocket. We pay a platform fee and they're not charging us per transaction. And we also have an opportunity to penetrate certain distributors that we wouldn't otherwise be able to reach through traditional retail sales channels. They're not listed, you know? The bodegas in New York City, the stores in Chicago. Alibaba.com is one of the only ways that you can proactively try to get in front of those distributors that we're trying to get in front of. I think US-based sellers have a huge opportunity, specifically because there aren't that many of them. And we had a dedicated customer service success manager who was incredibly knowledgeable about the platform. And he honestly almost became a teammate. And I have no doubt that anyone else who is going through that process is going to have a similar experience. The most important piece of advice that I could give somebody would be to find something that means enough to you where you can have a singular focus on it and be very purpose-driven in what you're trying to create. When you have that, you will communicate more passionately, and you will also be more incentivized to stick with it through the hard times, and that's going to propel you to a bright future. Creating
Okay, so thank you. So for our successful story, you can understand. We take no commissions from you. It's not like other e-commerce platforms. So it's no commissions, and you're going to reach all the buyers from all over the world. Going to fill you the gap. So just previous we mentioned about what is the storefront. So now I just have have the example for you. So this is one of our clients. So this is just your face of a business. So don't worry, our onboarding team and account manager are going to help you to create the storefront. You just have to give us your references. The colors you like, the brand image you like. So we're going to create everything. And what is so important, because all the buyers they're going to reach here to see your products and send out the inquiry to you. So this is this is the first step we're going to offer to you. And the second, I mentioned that before. So we have a really good feature called request for quotation. It's called RFQ market. So what is RFQ market is like? Let's say if I'm the buyer, I send out the inquiry to one supplier, and within 72 hours, that supplier hasn't replied to me, and my inquiry will go to the RFQ market, and that means as a supplier, you always can go to RFQ market to looking for real buyers. Let's say I'm looking for a cosmetic, a skincare, 1,000 pieces, and they're not like trade shows. They got to have all the criteria, 1,000 and how much they what kind of ingredient they want. The things like you can connect to real buyers. Think about even you pay like $10,000 or $20,000 to go to trade show, you probably can meet a lot of buyers, but they never got to tell you the real thing. They have a real need there, so you can contact them for the real buyer. So that's why Alibaba is so powerful, and the things like you're not just sitting there like a passively to wait for a buyer to reach out to you. You actually can proactively to go to RFQ market to look into any orders you like. Let's say if you want to expand your business to Mexico, and you can filter out. So I want Mexico buyers, done, and you can, you can contact them immediately. This is amazing. And this is another, and we have the portal called myalibaba.com. So, in this portal, we're going to give you all the data, this is really like easy to manage. If you can see your right left hand side, I know it's a little bit smaller. So in this portal, you can do everything. You can upload your products. You can go to RFQ market. You can decorate your shop you like, and they have all the data, all the performance, and all the tools we can give to you. So this is pretty easy to use. And other things like just like a Skinny say, service is the king, because nowadays, we all talking about data. Now a lot of local buyers, they're looking for local suppliers because this is reliable, and that they can they can work faster. They don't want to wait for like a 2 months, 3 months, or 1 month from China, from other country to ship to them. And what about the post service thing? They they cannot provide to you, and we're not under the same production law. That's why they love to see the local buyers. And because the pandemic, the global chain, the global supply chain is a little bit different now. So they're changing a lot. So we have another successful story for the same Baron, and the things like they've been on Alibaba.com for 3 years, and they easily got their 1 million sales. And how they can get their 1 million sales? Because they just kind of wholesaler for the candies, for the chocolate. How? Because they have a lot of, he mentioned about, it's all about service. Once he got the first order, he got to like check on those buyers and make sure all the service is right, the packaging, everything. And that's why he got all the repetitive orders all the time. And let's say the first order is like 10 boxes. The second order can be the 20, 30 boxes. And that's why his business growing so fast. Just within like a year, he got his first 1 million deal, new sales from Alibaba.com. And the power of Alibaba.com. So I believe everybody knows that. So compared, now we compare B2B and the B2C e-commerce. So the B2C e-commerce like Amazon, like eBay, etc., and the B2B like just like Alibaba.com. So B2B e-commerce is 6 times larger than B2C e-commerce globally, which is like a 23.9 trillion now. Because why? Because if you think about, I'm going to buy in bulk, I'm going to buy one container just from one client. And if you're doing the B2C one, you got to, if you sell 1,000 pieces, probably they're from like a 900 clients, and they probably just buy one times within like a year. So what about the next one? So that's why B2C is kind of, their transactions lower than B2B, and the B2B for those business, they got to repeatedly to order from you every week or every month. So this is the thing. And if you can find one good distributors, let's say in Europe, they got to open online and offline channels for you. And that is amazing. So that's why a lot of people, they see Alibaba.com as a digital trade show place, because we got to generate a lot of opportunities for you and the business leads as well. And this is another our clients, and he sell jewelry. And because I believe in the jewelry category, they have a different category. They have a fine jewelry, they have a high design jewelry, they have a fashion jewelry, and he is in the fashion jewelry, and he only do the wholesale, which is pretty much our Alibaba.com a niche. So he manufactures, and he's from Florida. So let's just spend like a few minutes to see how this successful story.
Hi, I'm Tony Kersafi, CEO of wholesale jewelry website.com. The job as a business owner is to push the company into new markets and to move product. We have over 1 million pieces of jewelry that are ready to ship. So I had to think of a way to have a farther reach without actually going anywhere. And the way to do that is B2B. We export to 5 or 6 different countries right now. There's a lot of e-commerce retailers looking for new suppliers that are reliable. I think reliability is key, and there's not a lot of reliability in the market. And I think having a great platform with great SEO is very important to our success. They say opportunity only knocks once. So when Alibaba decided to launch in the US, I thought it was a great opportunity for wholesalejewelerywebsite.com to be available to 40 plus million buying consumers, which is just unheard of. I mean, if you just look at it in percentages wise, if you get a fraction of a percent, you're going to be doing just fine. And I think the RTS is what's made us so successful so quickly, because our products are on there with our inventory attached to it, ready to ship today. Another thing I like about Alibaba is I don't have to focus so much on SEO. They have an inboard program that does it for you, so it makes it really easy. So I don't have to worry about Google ad spend, Facebook ad spend, Instagram, Pinterest. I don't have to worry about all that, because as long as you're a really good communicator, they're going to put you to the top of the feed because they want the best for their consumers. Why we got such a fast sale, I would attribute it to Alibaba's onboarding team. They've done a really great job building our store for us, and that's one of the reasons why we're so successful, is they know what they're doing, so we trust them to do their job, and they did it really well.
So, so back to our topic, why they have a lot of local suppliers. They're looking for local suppliers, because about reliability. And another thing for this seller, you don't need to manage a lot of different social media platform, which is not really B2B focused, like Instagram, like Facebook, etc. Like, they're not really B2B focused, but on Alibaba.com, we are only business, so it's not an end consumer to come here. So, and he mentioned about the RTS, it's called ready to ship. So the things like on Alibaba.com, we have 3 business models. One is called ready to ship, and we call RTS, and that is only applied in domestic market. So let's say, if you have inventories, if you have the warehouse here and you want to quick sell, you got to do the RTS for the domestic market. And the bad things, like we take no commission from you. So the things like you can treat us like Amazon, but it's B2B version of Amazon. And the second business model is called customization. So the things like I'm the buyer from Mexico, let's say, and I want 1 container from your products, for your product. So I'm going to send out my inquiry to you, and they have some like negotiate, and do you understand? They have some like terms, because if I'm from Mexico, let's say England, so they probably have a different like Inco terms. Let's say if I want to do the FOB, different ports and probably payment terms, etc. So this is the second business model, and the third one is like if you have your own factory, and you can do the private label or white label or OEM, ODM for a lot of like big retailers. Let's say the Walmart say, hey, I really like your products. Can you do the private label for me? You never know. So we got all the business opportunity for you. So it's really depends on what you're looking for. And another thing's like because our traffic is so big, like every day we got 14 million active buyers. The business buyers log on Alibaba.com, and if you say, if you think you want to like boost your traffic to next level, we have 3 marketing tools for you. The first one we call like a keyword advertisement. It's called KWA. If you think about that, this is just like a Google Ads. So you can like bid on like a different like a keywords you like. Let's say I want pasta, these keywords. So compared to others platform, our keywords spend is just so affordable. Let's say some others platform it's easy to like a $3 per click, but we are much affordable for that. And then we have another called like a premium sponsor ads. So if you want to do this, let's say I want to, one of my clients, they are really big. I cannot say which brand, but they reserve beef, these words for whole year. And they just spend like less than $1,000. And if I like a type in beef, they're always on top, always. So they're the top banner. If you think about that, this is a top sponsor, they were always on top of the page. And the third one, I know it's not on this slide, we call like a sponsor banner or sponsor brand. This is a new product. So if you want to know more about our marketing or anything, you can book meeting with me in the end. So like I mentioned about that before, we're going to provide all the data for you to make sure you have a successful business, not like other e-commerce platform. If you want to know the real data, you're going to buy those data from third party, and they're going to spend like $1,000, like a couple of thousand, 3,000 to 5,000 for like a basic data, and it's not from them. But we're going to provide you all the data, the recent trend. We're going to give you like a top keywords and a top 10 products, because as a business, you always want to know what about the next quarter or next month, what is trend on Alibaba.com, and we got to make sure you know that, because we want you know what the industry going now, and this is really valuable. And you think about, you always can adjust your product line for next month or next 3 months, next season. Because let's say if I'm the apparel supplier and the next season is like a red dresses, so I know next season a lot of buyers, they're looking for red dresses, so I can adjust my product line, right? That way I can make sure I always popular. And for the keywords, we're going to provide you tool for the top keywords. If you can see that they have the keyword analysts. So the things like if you in the B2B or the e-commerce word, the most important is your keyword. That just like your address. So let's say I'm the buyer. If I type in the wholesale jewelry, so this is the keywords. So we got to give you like a top 10 keyword in your category to make sure you can automate your keywords, etc. So basically, we're going to give you all the things. That's why we want to make sure you have a successful business on Alibaba.com. So this is another example for the data we're going to share with you. So you're going to know the customer behavior, etc., a demographic. So this is a lot. So a lot of tools we're going to offer you. So people got to ask like how to sell, how to be a supplier on Alibaba.com. It's pretty easy. So we have a different packages, of course, but we make our process super easy. We take no commissions. So once you select which package you like, and we're going to start do the business verification, because we're going to verify you are a real business. It's pretty simple. Just give us like a few documents, and after that, we're going to help you do all the heavy lifting things. So our onboarding team going to help you to create your storefront, and I'm going to help you to upload your products initially. And for the US-based account management, that is like 95% of our business going to choose the premium package, because in this package, you're going to have the US-based account management. As you know, for all the successful business, they need a person expert to hold their hand to make sure that every step of their business are right, are right. And I'm going to give our account manager going to give that person all the tips. So, and don't worry, we have the self-learning material as well. So the things like Alibaba.com, we're going to give you access for our courses called AST courses. It's Alibaba.com seller training courses. So they have a different topics you can learn from. Let's say the first topic is like how you grow. How you boost your traffic organically on Alibaba.com, and how you automate your accounts, etc. So they have a different topics you can learn by yourself. So again, so why account manager is so important? Because Alibaba.com is a big, I really have to say, like B2B e-commerce is really different than B2C one. So they have a lot of tips, and our expert gonna to help you hold your hands to give you all the tips, gonna provide one-on-one trainings, and we got to provide every month. We got to diagnose your accounts, to automate your keywords, and we're going to automate your products, and make sure you're on the right track. So that why 95% business they got to choose premium package, which I'm going to show you later on. Because for the first year, you want to make sure you understand how you operate in this B2B e-commerce world. You want to know all the tips, how you boost your traffic without paying any extra money, and you want to know how you automate your keywords, etc. So this is account manager, and that person got to base in the United States. So you always have a person to reach out to, always have a person to call, to send an email, to have a Zoom meeting. And if you based in New York, you can come to our office, or if you based in some states, we can provide that too, but it really depends, okay? So this is the important for account manager. So you're not talking to a random customer support, not random like a AI robots. You got to talk to a real person, and that person is really is an expert for Alibaba.com. So this is the cost of structure. So we start from $2,000, and this is a basic, and the standard is $3,500, and the premium is $10,000 a year. But we're going to give you like all the account management, and we're going to give you $2,000 credit for your advertisement, and we're going to give you like a 3-star boosting a lot. So if you want to know more about Alibaba.com, please just scan that QR code and just schedule a consultation with me. And I'm gonna if you have any extra question, you always can ask me, okay? So the things like if you schedule a consultation with me, I'm gonna to try my best to give you the best discounts if you want to join Alibaba.com. So and this is a lot of like a different successful stories. And if you want to know more about how they're successful on Alibaba.com, and please just scan that QR code, and you can see our YouTube channel. They're going to basically you're going to learn from them. And the last but least, just like if you have any question, just schedule a free consultation with me. And now it's Q&A time.
Hello. Thank you so much for your presentation, Jim. You're awesome.
Thank you. I think I talked too much, but it's okay.
No, I think it was great. Basically, I do really highly encourage everyone to scan the QR code or go to the link that I think I sent out a few minutes ago that has his Calendly, Jim's Calendly link, because every person's business is a little bit different, and usually it's a lot easier for you to understand what it might be like selling on Alibaba.com if you talk directly to Jim. And so yeah, please scan the QR code and talk to him. Also, in case you want to come back next week, next Wednesday, we have another webinar, this time called How to Digitalize Your Brand and Sell to Global Markets. And we have a special guest, which is Alex Helander from Fashion Mingle. If you want to register, the webinar registration link is, I just sent that through the chat. But yeah, let's address some questions. So question 1. Says, I'm looking for a drop shipping relationship with Alibaba.com to sell through my e-commerce store on Shopify. I guess we can talk about the relationship between drop shipping and Alibaba.com? Because I think we don't really encourage people to use this platform for drop shipping.
Yes. So for I know, sorry to say that, but Alibaba.com is not really designed for drop shipping because we are a real business to business. So the drop shipping is mostly like a to the end consumer. But it really depends on your category is. So if you want to know more about that, I'm more than happy can have a quick chat with you, just book a meeting with me and then we can discuss the possibility.
Yeah, I mean, the same person was asking about being a distributor of like Xiaomi electronic devices, I don't know, I don't think it works in like a drop shipping situation, but like we have a lot of people who do sell wholesale electronics. That is something that happens. I remember, do you know much about this?
For the, again, drop shipping is not really it's not really for Alibaba.com, but for the electronic category is really popular on Alibaba.com because a lot of like business buyers, the corner shops, a lot of things they're looking for electronic devices, but I'm not sure which electronic products you carry now, or you like to sell on Alibaba.com, or you like to sell. So again, let's talk. If you have any extra questions, just book a meeting with me.
I can also imagine that if you're like selling electronics, like for example, if you're like a micro center or something like that, you can also find supply on here, or like if you're trying to supply your office or something, this can also be great.
They have a lot of like buyers. It's not just for the store, not just for the retailers. They have Alibaba.com, they have a school buyers, Jessica, you mentioned about the office, buyers, they have a lot. So this is a lot of
like school districts. I think wasn't there like a case where like we sent like someone was using our platform to supply like a whole school district or something like that. Like it was, I think, also like computers and laptops and things.
Yep.
So who knows? But like yeah, anyway, are there any other questions? If there are no more, you can still submit questions in the Q&A box below. If not, we did go over time, so we do want to respect your time. If everything's fine, then we can all sign off. All right. Then if everyone's good, please book a meeting with Jim. You once again, you can click the link in the chat, or you can scan the QR code, and hope to hear from you soon, or come back next week.